What's up, lemons? Welcome to the Lemon Crew. And yeah, this video is gonna have half voiceover, half not. The first half is when I was trying to film this on my own and I felt super uncomfortable, so I just filmed without speaking. So I am going to be doing voiceover points needed and just speeding through the rest. And then the second half of this video, Kayla called me, so I felt a lot less uncomfortable, so I'm actually speaking, which is kind of more interesting. So I'll speed through the first part, and if anything needs to be said, I'll say it, but enjoy me becoming a zombie for Halloween. Bye! So to start off with, I put my hair up, as you can see I'm doing now, and clean my face so any sort of scar wax or anything like that would stick to my face better. Cool. So then I grabbed the colours that I was going to use to give my face some sort of like colour, you know, so it looks like a zombie. And I also grabbed my Snazaroo SFX Scar Wax, which, you know, isn't exactly great, but is a good starting point, so just make sure you use Vaseline on your hands first. Cool. I used a small spatula to actually get the scar wax out and like the desired amount. First time I didn't get enough, so I had to get more, but you know, it's pretty much this idea where you have to get all the lumps out and basically make it as smooth as possible so it can stick to your face better and will retain the shape you make it. So then once you've molded it into some sort of like wiggly worm sort of shape, you curve it to the shape that you want the top half of the bite to be, and then stick it to your face, which I should do in a second. There we go, and then you just smooth the edges down so it's flush with your skin, well, not fully, but like enough that it looks more your skin than not your skin, if that makes any sense. As you can see here, all the edges are blended onto my skin well enough that you can actually start doing the actual bites. No need for the faces, thank you. And this is me finding the spatula I should have used in the beginning. It's plastic and easier to cut through the actual thing, and it's a lot safer than the metal one I used. Cool. And then you just repeat the same steps on the bottom side of the mouth, even though I completely messed up the shape of that, but it's fine, I promise. Now that both sides are done, and I actually hate it because of how bad it looks, but, you know, try and make it better than that, please. Yeah, we'll get on to the rest. Then I took a small makeup brush, dipped it in water, and then used the black paint I showed earlier to give myself really dark circles because zombies are tired, you know? As you can see, I did smudge the rest out, but you need to make it really dark and really obvious that your eyes are like sunk back into your head rather than like happy and bright, you know? I then just repeated this for the other eye, so I'm not just got one eye that's dark and one eye that's not. Once I did this, I took the same black and used it to contour and make my cheekbones look a lot smaller than they are because zombies are decaying, obviously. And I also did this with my nose. I also did this to my chin to also make it look less fat. And also to my neck to make it appear a lot slimmer than it is. Then I took a small pointy tool to carve out the teeth marks, and I did this really badly because this tool was not good enough, but if you use something stronger it'll be a lot easier, and you just use it to cut out teeth sort of shapes along the top and bottom of the scar wax. And this is me struggling to open the paints because they are really hard to open. At this point as well, Kayla was on call with me, and I will start including clips with actual talking, so yay! Bless you! Okay, so then I took the black and filled it into all the holes that we previously made to give it some depth and to make it look deeper than it actually is. Yeah. So here's me making a mistake and putting blood on before I put any colour on. Don't do what I just did. Okay, here we go. So you put greens, purples, blues, oranges, yellows, whatever colours you want to give it more of like a bruised, irritated, infected sort of look, being it is a zombie bite. So sorry about the big jump, there was a corrupted piece of file, so that was great. So now I'm just adding some foundation to give some colour back rather than it all being completely infected, so it gives it more of like a human look. Okay, now it's time to add blood to the holes that I already created for the teeth marks. Okay, now I'm gonna add some more chunky blood that's actually more realistic than the first blood I used. I still have scab blood to go, don't you worry. I've also given up on actually putting in the original audio, but it's fine, this still works. I'm sorry. And now for some reason I decided to blacken up my eyes even more. I don't know if they needed it, but it's fine, it still looks good. And I also decided to put it on the tops of my eyes to further deepen the holes. I also decided to deepen up my temples to further the skinny, malnourished look. And now I'm using scab blood to give some clumps to the blood.
Okay, well you can do that. I don't know how to work it. What?
I just broke it.
How?
I don't know.
Put it in a plastic baggie.
Oh, I could just... After that tragedy, now we're going to use a dirty sponge to use purples, greens, yellows, and all the other colours I said before to give my face more of the infected look as well. So, yeah, cool. So I accidentally started adding blood to my face at this point, even though it's gonna wait a bit, but it still looks good, so yeah, we add in blood now. For some reason I decided to use a tissue and dab some of the blood off there and put it on my face. Or rub it, apparently. I don't know. I then also decided to darken up all the hollows of my face to make it even more malnourished. I then also added blood to my lips to make it look like I'd been biting other people. I don't know. I also added black paint and more red blood just to add to this point. And then decided I hated it and wiped it right off. I'm now gonna add splatters of blood around my face to show, you know, I'm a zombie. Beach. And don't do what I'm doing by putting paint on your teeth. That's not good for you. If you're gonna do that, use actual stuff meant for that. So don't copy me. Wow. This looks great. Let's see if my dog still likes me. Hello. Yes, she does. Hello. Bye bye. Yep. Okay, so that's it for today's video. For a moment I thought it wasn't gonna end up okay, and then blood came to save the day. So like, subscribe, you know the drill. It's easy peasy.
Lemon squeezy.
Lemon squeezy.